So, Don, can you talk to us about the process of divine alchemy, which is the process in the conscious arts where we talk about how we can really transform these mindsets that we come into the world with and we inherit?
Yes, I can. I think this is a very interesting topic, divine alchemy. We are all alchemists. Every person that comes into this planet is an alchemist. And what we do when we come into this planet is our soul takes on the history of the world. We take on our ancestors' traumas, belief systems, conditioning. The country that we grow up in has an aura, has a mindset, has conditioning and belief systems as part of the evolution of the country. Our religions have impacted us in their belief systems and conditioning. So our soul, when we come in, we're wide open. We come into the womb, and in the womb, energetically, we take on what our parents were born through, what they have lived through, what they have not transformed in their own lives. We take that on an energetic, genetic level. And most of us spend the rest of our lives dealing with what we've taken on, wondering what's going on inside of our bodies that we feel these things.
And we think it's us.
And we think it's us. And we think it's us half the time. Most of what we feel has nothing to do with who we are. I would say 95% is what we inherit and take on that's been passed down for many generations through our ancestors. We call this the collective unconscious. Mm-hmm. What's been passed down through the collective unconscious that results in who we are today. So my job as an alchemist, first step is to realize that the reason I came here onto this planet is I took on a legacy that could be 10,000 years old. Mm-hmm. Maybe older.
Yeah.
And I took this on in the womb, energetically. I grew up in it. I was enculturated into it in the schools I went to, the friends I have, my family structures and systems. As I become more conscious, I realize, most of what I feel is not who I am. It's like the cloak that my soul took on to eventually get back to the intelligence of the universe, my relationship, my love affair, to work with this intelligence to take each thread and each fabric and unravel this cloak that cloaks my nature and who I really am. So my journey and your journey as we go through this life is to recognize, yes, we all wear a cloak. And that cloak has nothing to do with who we are. As an alchemist, I begin to see that this cloak is made out of fear, self-doubt, self-judgment, the wounds of the past, grief, loss, pain and suffering, anger, control. My cloak that I took on has many, many layers. Mm-hmm. And anything that's not love and sweetness is probably cloak. And so if we can create a situation for ourselves, what I did is I found teachers. I found very good teachers to help me see my own cloak in my life. Mm-hmm. And I worked with these teachers for years. 17 years I was involved with teachers to help me see my own cloak because I didn't have enough perspective to see it myself. Mm-hmm. Most of us don't. So it's really useful to have a teacher or someone in your life that can mirror back to you your own cloak. So what we learn to do then is we learn to access the intelligence of the universe. There's an energy in the universe that we can open up to. We can access this energy. It's like opening a door where a transmission of light comes through. When that light comes into the body, it can expose the cloak and melt it at the synapses of where it holds on energetically. This is our path together on a large scale. There's many of us involved in doing this right now. Many of us have accessed that transmission of light or that divine energy. We've opened that door. It has many names. You can call it Holy Spirit, Shakti energy, has many names. And we sit in that light and we let it unlock the cloak, melt it, take it through metamorphosis. That's what we're about right now.
Yeah.
That's what we're here to do right now. What we clean up in ourselves affects our ancestors, it affects the future generations. We stop the process of unconsciousness from continuing.
Yeah.
It stops right here now. And then we bring in a new vision that's love and sweetness and treating each other as a global family where we treat each other with respect and love.
And also then we begin to build a divine love affair.
Yes, we do, because we begin to realize that the nature of the universe is pure love. And we are created in the image of God. That makes the nature of who we are is pure love and pure sweetness. And when we begin to see the world through the eyes of the Creator, we begin to see the world through the eyes of love. In that place, we cannot judge. We cannot judge ourselves. We cannot judge other people. We move way beyond victim consciousness. No longer can we make other people wrong, because we realize that everybody's doing the very best they can with what they've been given.
That's so true.
It is. God never judges its own creation.
Yeah.
It allows its creation to unfold itself exactly how it's supposed to do, and hopefully in time, the evolution of who we are on this planet gets back to love. And that's because we are at the top of the totem pole in the evolutionary process. We are getting closer and closer to realizing God's feeling. We've been allowed to play it all out for many millions of years to get to this place, to finally realize that we are one with love. We are one with God, the nature of the universe.